afternoon, everyone. It's Candice with Minks Cruise and Travel. I'd like to welcome you back to our channel and let you know that we are going to be starting a series of videos for the next few weeks on how to keep yourself safe on vacation. We're going to be covering topics such as weather, which is our video today. We'll be talking about personal safety, and we'll also be talking about health and wellness. I think there's a lot in the mainstream media these days about these tragic horror stories that you hear about vacations and different spots aren't safe. And while that is certainly true in some cases, a lot of it is blown terribly out of proportion. So I want to give you enough information to make an educated decision for yourself so that you can make those decisions for travel and live with my hashtag, which is bepreparednotscared. Let's go ahead and jump right in. A tornado is a rotating, funnel-shaped cloud that extends from a thunderstorm to the ground with whirling winds that can reach 300 miles an hour. Damage paths of tornadoes can be in excess of 1 mile wide and 50 miles long. Tornadoes can occur when a warm front meets a cold front, forming a thunderstorm, which can then spawn one or more twisters. Funnel clouds usually last less than 10 minutes before dissipating and may only last several seconds. On rare occasions, cyclones can last for over an hour. A tornado may appear transparent until dust and debris are picked up or a cloud forms from the funnel. Twisters strike predominantly along Tornado Alley, a flat stretch of land from western Texas to North Dakota. The region is a hotspot for tornadoes because the dry polar air from Canada meets the warm, moist tropical air from the Gulf of Mexico. Tornadoes are most likely to occur between 3 and 9 p.m. In the event of a tornado warning, do not try and outrun the storm. Listen to and follow specific instructions. Hurricanes are large, spiraling tropical storms that can pack wind speeds of over 160 miles an hour and unleash more than 2.4 trillion gallons of rain a day. The deadliest U.S. hurricane on record was a Category 4 storm that hit the island city of Galveston, Texas, on September 8, 1900. Some 8,000 people lost their lives when the island was destroyed by 15-foot waves and 130-mile-an-hour winds. The difference between a tropical storm and hurricane is wind speed. Tropical storms usually bring winds of 36 to 47 miles an hour, whereas hurricane speeds are at least 74 miles an hour. When they come onto land, the heavy rain, strong winds, and heavy waves can damage buildings, trees, and cars. Hurricanes rotate in a counterclockwise direction around the eye. The rotating storm clouds create the eye wall, which is the most destructive part of the storm. Hurricanes are classified into 5 categories based on their wind speeds and potential to cause damage. Names can be retired if a hurricane has been really big and destructive. Retired names include Katrina, Andrew, Mitch, and most recently, Sandy. Our next topic is one of my least favorites, blizzards. A blizzard is a severe snowstorm with winds in excess of 35 miles per hour and visibility of less than 1/4 mile for more than 3 hours. Blizzards can occur after snowfall when high winds cause whiteouts and snow drifts with decreased visibility. To avoid hypothermia if caught outdoors during a blizzard, stay hydrated and nourished. Keep blood flowing by moving around. Don't eat the snow, it'll only make you colder. If you must travel by car during a blizzard, it is vital to have an emergency aid kit, which contains water, jumper cables, road flares, a tow rope, and non-perishable snacks in case your car breaks down, you get into an accident, or become stuck in the snow. The first blizzard to be declared a federal emergency was in 1977, affecting upstate New York and southern Ohio. The storm's accumulation was only about 12 inches over 5 days, but the winds were deadly. Many blizzards stem from nor'easters, which are storms traveling up the east coast of America. Moisture gathers from the Atlantic and dumps large accumulations of snow all the way from Delaware to Maine. The storm of the 20th century took place in March 1993. It was iconic for its hurricane wind force and massive size, and stretched from Canada to mid-America. The blizzard caused roughly 300 deaths and 10 million power outages. Traveling by car or foot is highly discouraged during blizzard conditions. It increases the chance of hypothermia, accident, and death. When a blizzard is in the forecast, you may receive a winter storm watch, which means there is a possibility of a storm taking effect. You could also receive a winter storm warning, which means a storm is on the way or already taking place. As soon as you receive that storm warning, get prepared. You could lose electricity, so stock up on non-perishable foods, blankets, flashlights, extra batteries, and candles beforehand. A fire warning is a warning issued through the Emergency Alert System in the United States by civil authorities to inform the public of major uncontrolled fires, usually wildfires, threatening populated areas and/or major roadways. A red flag warning, issued by the National Weather Service when low relative humidity and high winds and temperatures are expected, will generally precede any fire activities by at least 1 or 2 days. A fire warning will generally include information on the location and movement of the fire, evacuations instructions, and shelter locations. Okay, so that's a lot to deal with, right? How do you keep it all straight, and how do you keep yourself and your family safe? Well, the biggest thing is to be aware. If you have a vacation planned, start watching storms. Hurricane season actually started June 1st on the Atlantic side and May 15th on the Pacific side. And it will go all the way to the end of November. If you'll remember, last year was one crazy year for hurricanes. This year is predicted not to be quite as bad, but they are still predicting that we will see a good number of hurricanes this year as well. The weather is becoming more and more volatile, and you just never know. Being prepared is your best defense. If you are staying at a resort or taking a cruise, not necessarily even during hurricane season, but anytime really, follow directions. Don't try and outrun a storm. Don't ignore the instructions to either evacuate, take shelter, or what have you. The staff at resorts are trained to handle this type of situation, and they will do their best to keep you safe, but they can only do so much. Another recommendation I make to all my clients, no matter where they're traveling or the time of year that they're traveling, is to purchase travel insurance. Yes, it does present an additional cost above the cost of your trip. However, it is pennies compared to the cost that may result in weather delays, injuries, illness, what have you. So definitely think about that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I didn't do it to scare anyone. I just wanted to present some information on how to #BePreparedNotScared. We'll be back with you next week with our look at personal safety while you're traveling. I hope you have a wonderful week. Consider hitting that subscribe button down below, and we'll see you soon. Safe travels. Bye-bye.